What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the free trading game collection. If you want to check out the series playlist, that is linked in the description. Before we dive into the car boot sale today, where I picked up a whopping 20 games, and in the process will net myself a little bit of trade as well, I want to showcase something that I've already put in a video. Now, I won't always do this, but I really wanted to talk about it, and it is, of course, Stadia. So this is Stadia. I've already done a full video on it, so if you want to go check that out, feel free to do so. But it is a cloud streaming service, which, of course, is now shut down. The controller is now capable of using Bluetooth, so I'm able to use it on the PC, and that's exactly what I wanted it for. But when I was researching what controller to get for the PC so I could play games like Undisputed and a few other things that I've been looking at recently, I discovered that I can actually make money off this, and I already have. So the controller itself, obviously we're going to keep, but it's worth around £20 these days. This comes with a charger as well, like a little charging block and a Type-C cable. I'm going to keep that. I could get about 10 to 12-ish on eBay for it if I really pushed, because people do sell them every now and again separately, and they sell really quick. Mine is still unused, but I'm going to keep it to charge my Switch. I'll have it next to me when I'm playing handheld mode. And then the money comes from the Chromecast. So I've already sold it. It's gone. I think I sold it for about 25-ish. I paid £12 for this, all in all. So that has paid for this, and I've made around £10 to £12 in profit as well, which is really nice. I'm not going to talk any more about that. That's going to go on the shelf as a piece of history almost, and the controller will get used regularly. Into the car boot sale we go. The week prior to this, I actually made a bit of a contact, I guess. I didn't know it at the time, but when I was looking at one of the stalls and they were telling me how they bought out a video game store, and this was all of like the lower end stock and the more expensive stuff they were going to take to a different boot sale the next day, which obviously rubbed me up the wrong way because I wasn't going to that boot sale. But the guy said that he watched the videos. So obviously nice to hear. And I started looking through the games and we were chatting a little bit, and that was that. Well, this week he actually gave me his number, or rather I gave him mine, and he said, look, I've got a lot of Switch games, I've got a lot of other stuff as well. I'll give you a text, I'll send you a few pictures, and you can pick out a few things that you want. Obviously, I'd have to pay for it, but that happened, and that is going to be in another episode. But for right now, I had another look at all of this lower-end stock to see if there were some games I could put into the collection, but also some things that I could pick up for trade. Now, at this point, they wanted to get rid of everything. When I first looked the week prior, it was £1 a game, which was a very good deal. However, this time around, it was 50p a game. So I'm going to go through the games I'm going to trade in first, and then I'll show you the games I'm going to keep. There's nothing insane here. I didn't pick up a game for 50p that's worth £43. It's just not that kind of video, unfortunately. But I'm going to get a nice little amount of trade. It's not going to be crazy, but it is going to be around what I've spent, if not a little bit more. Bear in mind, of course, this is essentially paid for with that Stadia pickup. The first game is for a console that we don't collect for at the moment. It's an Xbox One game. It's Just Cause 3. I don't really know anything about this one. I've played Just Cause 1 and Just Cause 2, and they were very over-the-top action games. A little bit of fun here and there, but not really played it past Just Cause 2 on the 360. That one trades for, I think, like £1.20. I do want to pick up an Xbox One at some point, and I will do, but I have been looking at the Series S because I just want to play Game Pass. However, I probably will want to pick up some Xbox One games in the future. I've already flip-flopped on PS3. I'm going to start collecting for that. Not heavily, but I do want to pick up a fair few games, and I think it's probably going to be the case for the Xbox One as well, so I will need to pick up a decent Xbox One at some point. The only DS game that I have is Nickelodeon's Victorious Hollywood Arts debut. What the hell is that? Obviously 50p, it trades for like £1.20, so we're more than doubling our money there. I ain't keeping that. That's getting traded. This next one I'm actually tempted to keep, so I don't really know whether I'm going to or not. It is Metro Last Light. I do like the Metro games. I think when I say games, I've played one Metro game, and it was enjoyable for what I played. I'm not sure whether I want to keep this because I do want it on the 360, and I have mentioned it before, I think in the last video. I probably will end up collecting games on both platforms because it's going to be a different experience for me, because one is hooked up to a nice big HD TV, the other one is hooked up to a CRT, and it's going to give me a different experience. Why would you want to play Metro Last Light on a CRT? It just adds something for me. I don't know, I think I prefer to play games on the smaller TV retro style, but yeah, I think for now that will get traded. I picked up Assassin's Creed Rogue, which ironically is the only Assassin's Creed game I need to complete the collection on 360. However, this is PS3. I don't want to collect both series of Assassin's Creed games on 2 different platforms, so that's going to get traded. I picked up Assassin's Creed Rogue. No, this isn't me putting the same clip in twice. I actually picked up 2 Assassin's Creed Rogues. So I think they trade for like £1 or £1.60 or something. I can trade in up to 3 of the same game at the same time in CEX. And I know that because I was told it today when I traded in 3 of the same game. That video will be out soon-ish. But yeah, not going to keep them, going to trade them. Nice little bit of credit. Up next is going to be Batman Arkham City. This is the Game of the Year edition. It was once upon a time £6 in CEX. I don't know how much that trades for. It's probably £1 or more because otherwise I wouldn't have picked it up. But don't want that on the PS3, so I'll bin that off. We already have this next game twice on the Xbox 360, one as a classic, one as not the Game of the Year. I would kind of like to keep it, but at the same time, I don't ever really see me playing this on the PS3. I think it's more of a sit down, enjoy it on a bigger screen kind of experience, so I will trade that even though it doesn't go in for a lot. Then we're on to the Xbox 360. We're not. I've got one last PS3 game. I thought this would have spiked a bit because of the film. I don't think it has. It's Avatar the game. This is one of the most overrated films in history as far as I'm concerned. I appreciate the effort that went into it. It wasn't bad. I just don't see the massive hype behind it. But, if you like it, I'm not knocking it. If you like what you like, right, that's fine. But for me, not so much. That's going to get traded. 3 Xbox 360 games. I've got Tomb Raider, which is not really my thing. I probably will pick this up at some point. Maybe, I think it is available on the PS4 and Xbox One, so rather get a sort of better version of it, if you will. Disney's GeForce, which I've never seen. I don't know anything about it, to be honest. I just absolutely no idea. For all I know, that could be good for achievements, but I will trade it. And finally, a game that I'm actually tempted to keep, although I don't know anything about it, it is Clash of the Titans, the video game. So again, not seen the film, assuming that it is one, and not played the game either. Again, probably good for achievements, being a movie game, but I think I'll trade that for the time being. And there we are. That gives us what it gives us. I do have more games to go through. Those are the games I'm going to keep. Those are the games I'm going to trade off. I would imagine, off the top of my head anyway, that's going to be at least £10 credit, but it is going to be on screen for you. So I paid £10 for this and for what is about to be showcased as well. And of course, we've got that money from the Stadia and the collection cash profit anyway. So not bad at all. And they're all in tradable condition as well. Then on to the games I want to keep. So I've got a small stack here. It's not anything amazing. Again, there's nothing expensive in here, so don't get excited. It's just things that you need in your collection, or rather I need in my collection. This is the best time to pick them up. I'm never going to get them cheaper than 50p a game. So starting with PlayStation 3, I'm going to go for Resistance 2. We had this at one point. I sold it with the PlayStation that we picked up first time round. So if you've not been watching that long and you can't be bothered to go back and check out the other videos, I picked up a PS3 in a car boot sale ages and ages ago for £10. I think it even came with a controller. It worked. I started collecting for it, and then I had a change of heart and got rid of it. Then, funnily enough, I found a PS3 in a boot sale for £10 not that long after. So that game will go back into the collection, as will another one that I had before. That is Little Big Planet. I think every PS3 collection needs a Little Big Planet game. Kicking off this series with the very first one, it is Uncharted Drake's Fortune. I've never played an Uncharted game, and I'm not ashamed to say it either. It is literally a male Tomb Raider. I say that, I've got no idea because I've never played it, but that's what I assume they were going for. But I will get them all, they're not expensive. That's the first one. The final PlayStation 3 game is another first-party title. It is Killzone 3. You kind of need that, really, if you're collecting for the PS3, in my opinion. I've not played it, but I know I need it. When I was looking through these games, I was scanning nearly every single one of them to see if they traded in for more than £1, and that's what the first stack was all about. This stack is more of, I probably did scan them, but I didn't care how much they were, because those are the ones I was thinking, right, well, I'll keep those, because I've been looking out for those, and I probably will pick those up in CEX at some point. Rockstar don't only make open world classics, they also make table tennis games. This is a very, very early Rockstar game on the 360. I think it came out in 2006. I remember having it. Did. That's what it says. My memory is class when it comes to stupid, useless information like that. It's complete in good condition as well, but it was actually a pretty decent game. Rockstar haven't really dived into anything like this since. I don't really know why they made this. I'm glad they did because I kind of enjoyed it. Next up is Medal of Honor Limited Edition. It doesn't come with a manual, unfortunately, but for 50p, happy to pick it up. I do like the Medal of Honor games, even this newer one. This next game I got really excited by when I saw the spine of it, and I looked at the cover and I thought, wow, that's got to be worth a couple of quid. Legend of the Guardians, the Owls of... what the hell is that? The Owls of Ga'Hoole. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. It doesn't look particularly great, but at the same time, I kind of like weird and quirky little things like this. It might be to go with a film, and I've never heard of it. I don't know. But either way, that didn't trade in for an awful lot, but I'm going to keep it anyway. I remember sinking a lot of time into the first Army of Two. This is Army of Two. The final game that I picked up is one in a series of very good games that kind of tail off a little bit, and I'm hoping they're going to get a little bit better. It's Far Cry 2. I remember playing this for the first time. I went the wrong way, drove all the way across the other side of the map, didn't need to do it, got frustrated, turned it off, took me months to go back to it, but when I did, it was a really, really fun game. It's nowhere near as good as the third one, which is one of the best games of all time in that genre. It's such a good game, but happy to add it because it was fun when I played it. That stack going into the collection, that stack over there going in to trade, as I mentioned. If you've played any of the games I've showcased today, let me know in the comments what you think of them. If you want to see me pick up another bargain, you can click this video here. And until the next time, goodbye.